Welcome back to the Midweek Wrestling War. I am your host, Mr. A&D, and joining me is my co-host, not Deion Sanders, for Prime Time.
What's up? What's up?
We are here for the first review of the Midweek Wrestling War in 2022. And man, we got some good shows to talk to you about with NXT, with their New Year's Evil show, where Vince McMahon has completely killed off whatever is left of the Black and Gold brand, especially of the breaking news that we got today. And, of course, we got AEW Dynamite on its own new home, TBS, where we crowned a new TBS Women's Championship, and we had Danielson versus Page Part 2. So, lots to talk about here tonight. First off, I'm going to just address this real quick. We'll probably talk more about this on our podcast because it's going to go into our negative section of 2021, and that is, well, there's more mass firings here. But it's amazing how if people can't look at these firings and see what's going on here, because William Regal, the commissioner of NXT and who's worked backstage with Triple H, is let go, along with Road Dogg Jesse James. And a couple other people have been let go. Timothy Thatcher, I think you said, was let go, and Danny Burch,
yep,
was let go. And I'm just like, It's a complete plunge. Like, it's a matter of time.
And Scott Armstrong.
What'd you say?
And Scott Armstrong.
Scott Armstrong. Wow. They get rid of all people. Look, it's going. I won't be surprised when I start hearing names like Roderick Strong, Norman Smiley. You know, those are all Triple H guys, and I won't be surprised when I start hearing those names and they get rid of them. And that's, to me, is just like, it's not fair. It really isn't. Right in the new year, these people are losing their jobs. All what? To prove a point. You're not convincing me of budget cuts. You're not convincing me of anything. You're convincing me that you want to rid Triple H. Like, everybody has to bite the bullet because of they are Triple H guys. And I'm sorry. That's just, that sucks to me. And I know we're going to get deep about it on the podcast, but just give me your overall thoughts when you heard this news, because I was already shocked when you texted William Regal was fired. I was like, what other excuse do you have to get rid of William Regal, of all people?
I'm surprised they did it, because I feel like he knows secrets. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, he know where the bodies are at?
Yeah, do you remember watching Dark Side of the Ring? He was talking about Benoit. He was like, something about that man was off. Something about that man was not right. I looked at his neighborhood. I was like, that's probably why they fired him and signed him back right after that interview too. They probably fired him after. They was like, oh wait, nah, he knows too much. Let's hire him back, and then they kept him since then. You know something.
Well, I mean, I don't know how this is going to go with 90 days, because obviously, like, Regal's not going to go to another wrestling company and wrestle. He's done wrestling.
He's gonna do what he's been doing, scouting and just being a hand and helping people.
And I'm about to say, whatever he can put an eye on good talent. You don't think he's gonna want to do that?
Just real quick though, just imagine if just any company, if ROH come back, imagine if they have Regal and Finlay at the head of their like scouting division.
That'd be crazy, bro.
That'd be insane.
Because first of all, like I said, they have an eye for talent, whether it's indie talent, not indie talent.
And mold it too.
Huh?
I was gonna say, and they help mold it too. They don't just like throw you out there. They help mold it too.
Exactly. And I'm like, why wouldn't I? First of all, it's like basketball. The best coaches are the best players that were role players, not the stars.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I feel about Finlay and Regal. They were mid-carders at best. They were never top guys, but those are the ones that find the best talent. They're the ones that find the best talent. And look how they loaded up NXT. Look at what Finlay has done to help out the women's division in the wrestling and things like that. Just look at all these great things that has come. And it's going to be sad seeing them go, and you know, it's just, it sucks. It really just fucking sucks. So here we are. Let's go start off with NXT. Like I said, we'll get more into the releases when we talk about our worst of 2021 in next week's podcast. But we have New Year's Evil here, and we're starting. We know what it's going to be. Braunbreaker taking on Choppa for the championship, and most of the championships are on the line and stuff like that. And we kick it off with the North American Championship, Cruiserweight Championship unification match, which I already knew when they did this. I was like, they want to get rid of that Cruiserweight Championship, and a Triple H.
They want Carmelo Hayes and not Roddy Strong.
Yeah,
I won't be surprised if right after this we see Roddy Strong has been featured in Denver because you know where he going. You already know.
Exactly.
And his is 30, not 60. So
yeah. And like I said, they already know what they're putting back. And I'm like, it kind of sucks because I just started getting into Diamond Mine.
What way?
Huh?
I said, well, hey. Yeah. Somebody from there got released too.
Oh yeah, but that's what Dynamite first started.
No, I'm talking about just now, today.
Well,
it wasn't Malcolm, it wasn't Ivy now, and it wasn't the Creed, was it? So whoever else.
Was it that Japanese guy?
I don't know. They just said in parentheses Diamond Mine. So.
Oh, it probably was. This is probably who they called the coach.
Oh, okay.
Wow. Well, so we have Carmelo Hayes taking on Roderick Strong, and these guys put on a good. This actually felt like an actual old school black and gold NXT match. Mm-hmm. The way they was going back at it, but Hayes was just very very athletic in this one. So great for Roddy also, but he Roddy's coming in between the ropes, and then he kind of Carmelo bounces off the ropes and goes and gives him a leg drop to the back of the head. Then goes to the top and gives him another leg drop to the back of the head, and he wins and unifies the championships. He has the North American and Cruiserweight, so that's going to be the last time we hear from the Cruiserweight Championship. Mm-hmm. Of course, we have the Dusty Classic coming back, so we want to get a lot of makeshift teams in here, such as Joe Gacy and what's the guy he with?
I have no idea.
Yeah, it's going to come to me. AJ Styles makes his way to NXT, and I was just like, he was here last week, and I was like, obviously AJ's here to pop a rating because NXT is not doing that well. And he says, he loves doing what he does, and the one thing he has to regret is that he never got a chance to come here and be on NXT. He said, I mean, it was cool. I got to start at the Royal Rumble, and within months he was on WrestleMania. And once again, us back in the day, it was like AJ Styles don't even need to be on NXT. But him, if he had a chance to be on NXT, that would have been dope, especially because at that time
I would rather him come to the main roster first, because if he would have came up from NXT, it probably would not have been AJ Styles. He would have been like Jay Caesar. Get repackaged at the main roster.
Okay, fair enough. I'm about to say that, but Triple H would have kept his name AJ Styles down there.
Yes. And then Vince would have repackaged him to Jay Caesar.
So, it's good, but he said something special about NXT. And then I like how he put it. He said that he doesn't care if it's 1.0 or 2.0. The passion makes NXT tick. He gonna be damned if Grayson Waller will take that passion away. So Grayson Waller comes out, and Grayson Waller talks about that he got crushed by Omos last night. It doesn't buy the crap that AJ wish he started in NXT. He said, and he does sauce the fans and blames AJ on his own loss yesterday. And Styles says, well, Waller, he's hurt. So why doesn't Waller take advantage of it? He said, I'm in my wrestling gear right now. So why don't we start the fighting? Well, they start fighting. AJ throws the blows. Grayson Waller comes in, starts giving him kicks, but he gets a Pele kick, about to get a phenomenal forearm. And he says, well, we deserve the spotlight, so it's going to be a match between Grayson Waller and AJ Styles next week. I'm scared that they're going to use AJ to put over Grayson Waller.
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, I would not be surprised at all.
So, I missed the promo between Peter Dune and Tony D'Angelo. They're supposed to be having a crowbar on a pole match.
Oh, so that was real.
Yes. Yes. I feel you. Next up, which I think was probably the match of the night because it had that good feel to it. Imperium with Walter taking on MSK and Riddle. The second time we got another Raw star here on NXT. And boy, was this match action packed and good. And this is the Riddle I love to see.
Yeah, because he's on NXT. Vince don't really care about him like that, you know.
Exactly, but seeing him and Walter go at it was a good match. Seeing MSK do their stuff. Obviously, Riddle flips over Eichner off and catches Bartel with a knee. Then hits Walter with a stiff German suplex. Then MSK hit their spine buster, blockbuster combo, and then Riddle tags in, hits the floating bro, and then catches Bartel with the RKO and wins the match that way. So MSK and Riddle win the matchup. And like I said, I think it was probably the best match of the night because all them teams work well together. Harlan is with Joe Gacy. They already said they're going to enter into the Dusty Classic. Then we have Mandy Rose coming in like Charlotte, who came in like her dad at Starrcade with the helicopter arriving at the CWC. And
now I'm gonna just be honest with you. The entrance sounds cool, but when you pull it up to the performance center, it's like, all right, now you don't live it too much.
Exactly. And I was just like, first of all, I'm not doing no. Why is Mandy Rose copying the Ric Flair thing? I mean the Charlotte Flair. And I already know Charlotte getting it from her dad, but I get it more with Charlotte. But it's the NXT Women's Championship matchup. Mandy Rose taking on Cora Jade, taking on Raquel Gonzalez. Look, here's the thing. I love Mandy Rose, but I know why Mandy Rose is here. I know why she's a champion. She's eye candy. That's what they care about. She's eye candy. She's something to look at. That's what she is. I hate to be harsh like that, but that's what the fuck it is.
And oh my god!
What?
I get that. Keep nothing. Keep talking.
I'm about to say because it's
I don't know what I'm looking at right now.
So the match is pretty much what you can say. Cora Jade is still very, very. She's like 20 years old, so she's still got ways to go. Raquel Gonzalez shows her strength, picking up both women on top for like a Samoan suplex. She hits Mandy Rose with the one-arm power bomb, but then Cora Jade knocks her out. She tries to pin Mandy, but Mandy kind of rolls up Cora Jade, and then she wins and retains the NXT Women's Championship. So
nobody got Raquel?
In the fantasy, I don't think anybody drafted Raquel Gonzalez.
Okay, because she might be in the Rumble soon.
You drafted Cora Jade, right?
Yes, because of how they were acting like they were behind her, which they still could be. Honestly, she like 20. So we'll see.
Yeah, nobody.
Usually, when you get the win in War Games, that means something.
Yeah, usually.
So yeah.
Yeah, no, don't. I mean, yeah, you got one win and 2 losses on this show. So,
yeah.
When it comes to Andre Chase comes to the ring. Said last week there was a
Did you say
Andre Chase? No, yes, I said Andre Chase.
I'm surprised he's not featured in Denver, but hey.
No, he's part of the new NXT.
Yeah, okay.
Well, he said he had to teach a moment, and he said Deep Trouble wanted his students risk his life and learn to protect him, and that's the kind of bond between students and faculty at Andre Chase University. So he said he glad Harlan and Fowler doing talks about the roof, and he wants to recognize his student And then before Stu comes to the ring, here comes Von Wagner. They're doing everything they can to really get Von Wagner over, and in my personal opinion, it ain't working. Von Wagner, he tells the face to shut up. And there's somebody in the ring that has like an Andre Chase sweater on, the obvious plans. And he goes and like tosses this guy over the barricade. Starts beating him up. He starts beating up all the other plants that's there. So it looks like he's beating up the crowd. They're trying to get him some heat and shit like that. And I was just like, well, that sucked. I'm sorry. I'm just, no matter what you do, I'm just not going to be into Von Wagner. And
isn't Von Wagner supposed to be in a group with Adam Pearce?
No.
Yeah.
No. They canceled that call up.
No, I'm saying I could have sworn that they planning a stable for Adam Pearce called like the scrap something, the scrap stable or whatever.
Oh, that's gonna suck.
I mean, it's led by Adam Pearce. Of course it is.
That's gonna suck. Cameron Grimes says about his pro about 2021, and he said, the highs and the lows. He said maybe it's time to stop chasing green and start chasing gold. Come after the championship, bro.
Sure.
Then it's time for the NXT Championship. Braunbreaker taking on Tommaso Ciampa. There is this big old gold NXT X that's right there in the middle of the walkway. And Braunbreaker comes down and just literally kicks the shit over and breaks it in half. I was like, there it is. You don't have to tell me anything else. It's the end of them tonight.
It's over.
It's over. And you could tell by the way the match was that Choppa was getting outsmarted on everything. They had a good match, even though I think that their match, the first one they had, was better, in my personal opinion. Mm-hmm. But this one was still actually pretty good. Choppa takes a very sick Alabama slam through the announcer table while the table lip is still on there. And he bounces, and I was like, oh my God, I hope he didn't re-injure his neck. He tried to go for a spot of doing the one final beat on the concrete, but this is after he got out of one of Braunbreaker's moves to hit the one final beat in the ring. I thought it was actually over. He gave him like 3 knees or V-triggers to the head without the knee pad, and then gave him like the one final beat. And I was just like, all right, game over. Come back later. He kicks out, and then we never go to the concrete spot. And then he gives him a slam, and then he goes and pulls out his uncle's move, the Steiner Recliner.
Mm-hmm. Did they call it that?
They did not call it the Steiner Recliner.
What they call it, the breaker.
Yeah, they called it. You ready for it?
Oh gosh! Now that you ask, I don't know.
They called it the Camel Clutch.
Ew. I know that's the move name, but ew.
I was like, y'all couldn't even call it just the Breaker Recliner or nothing. They called it the Camel Clutch. So, and Chopper Herbert taps out. So Braunbreaker is your winner and the new NXT champion. You knew that was going to happen, and
yep, exactly. That's why I picked him.
After it goes off the air, Rick Steiner does get in the ring and celebrates with him.
Mm-hmm.
So Rick Steiner was there.
Rick Steiner, Scott Steiner was there too, but he's not allowed 30 feet within the building. So hey.
Okay, well he only had what's the Scott Steiner man? I got 1/3, 2/3 chance of winning. Well, that was NXT New Year's Evil. So make sure you guys go check that out. Now it's time to get into AEW Dynamite, the first Dynamite for TBS. At first, I was getting pissed. I turned to TNT because I didn't see all New Year's Smash last week. And I was like, oh shit, it's hockey. I gotta wait till Saturday. And you told me, no, it's on now. We got Brian, we got Danielson and Paige started off. And I was like, that's right, it's on TBS right now. So I went to TBS to watch it. And of course, we started off again. I was like, please don't do a draw this time. But this time we have judges.
I knew they weren't going to do a draw. Not with the judges they had.
Yeah. Oh God.
No, there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with the judges. I'm just saying, like, I know the title's not going to change hands based on Jerry Lynn.
Jerry Lynn. First of all, I thought Bret Hart was going to come back.
I think obviously with COVID, they want to keep it in the. They want to like bring in
Oh, keep it in house.
With the outbreak, yeah, keep it in house.
Yeah. So, good point. I forgot about this. So, yeah, Jerry Lynn, Big Show, and Mark Henry are the judges.
So they're the other companies. So you're good.
Yeah. And we start off with the AEW World Championship match, Paige versus Danielson 2. I'm gonna say this right now. I put this in my top. Their Winter is Coming match in my top 10 match of 2021. This is going in my top match of 2022 already. Because I thought this one was better than the Winter is Coming match. Because
it wasn't as long.
Well, it wasn't as long, but it was about half as long. But they bled.
Mm-hmm.
I missed when they got the Crimson Mask on each other, but they bled. And the one thing I liked was Danielson was going for a knee off the apron, and Paige catches him into what's that fish move he do? We drops him in the back of the head.
Dead eye.
The dead eye
shot.
Huh?
The dead.
The dead eye.
Dead
right?
eye. Yeah. Dead eye. Yeah.
Dead eye. And then he goes in the ring and he's setting up Danielson for the buckshot lariat. He goes for it, but as soon as he comes out, Danielson just collapses because of blood loss. I like that. So they're going back up. There's a beautiful moonsault to the outside. He lands on his feet. Charlotte, take notes because she cannot do a good moonsault. And then Patience and following saying,
if Andrade can't teach her how to do a good moonsault, then she just it's not going to happen.
I mean, you're right on that one. Then he goes for the buckshot lariat again, but Bryan Danielson ducks it and hits him with the running knee. I was like, yo, he has not won with the running knee yet. I was like, this better not be over. He kicks out. And hey, your boy Jim Ross is bad. They're both looking for a miracle at this point. The fans are into it. They exchange headbutts. And then Danielson hits Paige with the gotcha style pile driver. Smiling at Jerry Lynn. And then Paige the Danielson went for a knee again, but Paige countered with a pop-up powerbomb. And then then he goes into putting the LaBelle lock. Does he call it the LaBelle lock in AEW?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. He hits him with that, but then Paige gets out of it. And then he hits him with a backdrop driver, and then goes and sets up for the buckshot lariat. Turns Bryan Danielson inside out. 1, 2, 3. He retains the championship. That was a damn good matchup.
And that's a big win for Hangman too.
It is clean win.
The day I picked Bryan Danielson, the day he lose, they never lost.
First of all, I figured you knew the schedule coming up was. I'm surprised you ain't picked Jay Cargill.
No, okay. This is what happened. I was gonna pick Bryan Danielson first, and then Jay Cargill second.
Yeah.
But Lady Sketch had the Snake pick because I was last. I was last, and then it was her. So she picked her first, and I was like, okay, good. And then she picked Jade, and then I was like, okay.
I'm saying, but here's the thing: you came before. You was third. You came before she was, so you could have picked Jade.
So I was gonna pick Bryan first. But look, I was gonna pick Bryan first because Bryan has more matches than Jade. That's why.
Okay.
So I was gonna pick Bryan Danielson first because I thought he was gonna win the title, and then I was gonna pick Jade because I know she was gonna win the title. Fool me.
I know, but look, I got fooled a couple things.
Because I was gonna pick Punk, but I was like, Punk might fight Daniel Bryanson if they. I mean, Bryan Danielson, Jr. And they go for the title. So I was like, they might. So I was like, picking one of the others.
No, I understand. I do the same shit. MJF was taking on Captain Shawn Dean. CM Punk came to the ring as soon as the match began. MJF jumped out the ring to avoid CM Punk. CM Punk kicked Shawn Dean and hit him with a GTS. And all we ever was disqualified MJF for Punk's interference and award the match to Shawn Dean.
Yep, so Q.
Yeah. So, good pick, bro.
So have it every week until they fight.
Until they fight. He said, "This is your future. Every time you step in the ring, it's going to be hard to fight for a title when you keep losing."
Now, I'm along with MJF. He said, "Bro, didn't you just say you done fight?" Because he did say, "Yeah, I'm done fighting MJF until our path cross again."
Yeah.
So they must have changed it on him because he definitely said, "I'm done fighting MJF until, and I want to go for the title." So they must have changed it. Tony Khan and somebody must have changed it.
Had to change it up. I don't know what's going on with it neither. But he said, deep down, without me, you're nothing. I make you relevant. So for you to come out here and claim that I'm a waste of money when you sold Tony Khan nothing but a bill of goods, you ain't the same guy that used to be. But you know who is MJF. By the way, I got offered when I drew the comparison to Roddy Piper. Do you think you're Roddy Piper PG Punk? He said, I need to proper respect around here. Maybe I'll main event Mania too. And Punk's like, all I'm trying to do is kick your ass. I'll do that right here, right now in Jersey. You ran from me. You hit behind FTR. If you think the grass is greener, go ahead. I'll still be waiting for you when you come back and give you ass kicking you deserve. You want the match? Next week, it'll be MJ.
I knew he was going to do what he did, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
As soon as he said it's going to be CM Punk.
Yeah.
Versus. All right, as soon as he said versus, I was like, Warlord.
Yep. So that's what we're going to get that at.
Now, real quick, did you hear the line that Punk said, though?
Is it the difference between myself and Roddy Piper in a world like you is me and Roddy Piper will fight, and when anytime you run for people high behind him, I'll be here waiting to get which line you talking about?
The line where he was like, "Hey, you can go over there. You can." He said you can main event night one of a buy one get one free extravaganza. I was like, "Oh, fuck."
Oh.
Like, oh, come on, man.
I would get one free extravaganza. If he had said premium live event, I would have died.
Oh, it's probably too recent for Punk. Punk ain't watching every week now.
Yeah, if he got to pick up that premium live event, you know what I'm saying? That's cool.
Now that might be Punk for next week. Punk might catch it next week. He's like 2 weeks behind. Yeah.
I know once he here, he gonna hold that in his back pocket. I guarantee when he find it out, he gonna put it in his back pocket. Your boy Chris Jericho returned to the ring with a mic. This segment fell flat because I didn't care about Jericho. I didn't care about 2.0. I didn't care about anything that he was saying. He tried to hit him with Floyd, and then Daniel Garcia jumped down and brought out Jericho. And he kicks to Santana and Ortiz ran down the odds. And I was like, I don't care. Adam Cole was backstage with Red Dragon and he said he knew that last week Kyle didn't mean to kick him in the head. Cole said that these were exciting times because at Rampage, he'll be wrestling Jake Atlas to remind everyone that Adam Cole is all anyone will be thinking about.
Did he say next week?
Rampage, he said.
Well, that ain't gonna happen.
Why is it not happening?
It's either he must have got injured in that match. He got injured.
Oh, so was it pre-taped already?
Maybe because he got injured. He got a knee injury.
Wow.
So he got honestly he probably tore his MCL already.
Shit.
So yeah.
Damn.
So that could have been the Rampage match that they pre-taped. It could have been, but he did injure his knee, and he's at the hospital now.
Mm-hmm.
As we're recording this.
Damn. That's messed up. Mr. Mayhem, Warlord, with Sean Spears takes on Antonio Zambrono. For some reason, Spears hits the C4 Death Valley driver to Zambrono on the outside, and Warlord's looking at him like, I didn't need that. So he power bombs him like 6.
He definitely don't need that for a jobber.
Exactly, and he was all excited for it. That he hits him with 5 power bombs, just puts his foot over there, and just wins. And then he, he's still looking at Sean Spears as he's celebrating like, yo, I really need him. So they're already teasing the break between him and the Pinnacle, which needs to happen.
Do you think when he does the power bombs to Sean Spears, do you think he'll do 10 of them?
Yo, that would be great. Does he have the energy for it and the time for it? I don't know, but that would be great though.
I think he can do it.
I think, cause, like, believe it or not, even though Brock is like the freaking nature he is, after 3 power bombs, you get tired. You know what I'm saying? Because you gotta.
But I'm sure Warlow. Sean Spears is a big dude, so I don't think he can keep doing it, picking him up, doing. I think he'll like power bomb him and then like do the motion again, not like picking him up from the ground in the power bomb position. That might be too much. Spike Dudley style, that might be too much.
Oh, I'm about to say, yeah, because it's hard to fucking do.
That's a lot.
So,
yeah.
Like, I don't know if he'll give him 10, but he may give him 5. Like, it all depends. Like, if he's still taking breaks in between, like he does what he does now, like, power bomb, taunt for a little bit, get your win back, then power bomb again, stuff like that. I think it's a possibility. TBS Championship Tournament Finals: Jade Cargill with Smart Mark Sterling versus Ruby Soho. The winner will be crowned the inaugural TBS Championship. Give a shout out to my girl Jade Cargill, who came out there with the Storm cosplay. And then Ruby Soho came out there with the jacket on the back, had Jade picture that said, God, please help that bitch.
No, I'm low key upset. She didn't wear this last week.
Who?
Jade, because Thunder Rosa was like, I'm going to be X23 and you're going to be Jade.
Good point. What? She was, because she definitely did have the X23 stuff on.
It's okay. Like, she wanted this to be her. She wanted this to be her championship gear. I get it. I
mean, but you could have still put Uncanny Storm on or something like that, but it'd still be cool. But like, she had it on, and so honestly, Ruby is dominating the match at first. Then we have Mercedes Martinez who comes down to the ring to try to distract Ruby Soho, but then Aubrey Edwards says, "No, you're going to the back. We're throwing you out." And even also, they throw Mark Sterling in the back also when he tries to cheat after Ruby hits her. Did he still call it the riot kick?
No, the future. Yeah, I want to say it's the future.
It's called the no future.
No future, yeah, no future.
Yeah, it's the no future. So she hits that on Jay. I was like, oh my god, this could be over. Because, say Jay was going down and she was selling the knee and everything, but Jay does kick out.
Jay was not losing. I don't know
what you say?
About. Jay was not losing. I don't know what you're talking about.
I was, at first, I was like, I could probably see them actually putting this on Ruby, but
Zero
I was like,
doubt. Zero doubt.
Zero doubts.
No doubt in my mind.
But here's the thing, though. Jay was showing off her ability in selling, because, first of all, she did not really get that much offense in on Ruby.
Yeah, she's like, oh, y'all saying I can't sell? All right, watch this.
Yeah. So she kicks out of that, and then she tries to go on the top. She pushes on the top rope, and then she's kind of fighting with one arm because Ruby's selling the R.
I ain't gonna lie to you.
I'm listening.
Before you say this spot, because I was watching this match for the Storm gear.
Yeah.
For research purposes, right? And no, stop. No, I was watching this match. And then I looked like they was on the top, like punching each other, and I looked away, and I looked back, and Jay was like one. I was like, dang, what happened that quick that I missed?
Okay, so what happened was they would punch each other, but then Ruby tried to give her an arm drag from the top, and Jay was
which What? A what from the top?
An arm drag.
Yeah, because who does that from the top rope? That's like doing a dragon school from the top rope. That makes no sense.
Yeah, well, Jay caught her because she outpowered her, and then she turned her back to her, and she was going to give her the avalanche jaded. At first, Jade tried to go to the top rope and do this shit, and I was like,
Jade is supposed to be on the middle rope, and
yeah,
Ruby is supposed to be on the top.
Yeah, but what happened was she said, "No, let me not do that." She stayed on the middle rope.
Yeah, hey, at least you know what. At least for her to be green, at least she has good judgment of. Yeah. Nah, let me not do that. Yeah, because like some people green would have been like, no, I have to do it this way because that's the way I was taught.
She said, no, we stayed to the middle row, and then gives her the avalanche Jade from the second row, and pins Ruby 1, 2, 3, and Jade is your new first ever TBS champion. Mm-hmm. So I thought it was cool. I can't wait to see what she does with it. Who's next in line to face her? I think she's probably going to have it until Double or Nothing.
She might have it for. It depends on if they have somebody coming up. That's pretty much how their championships are. They have somebody hot enough to change it. Pretty much.
But I think what they want to do is they want to establish her big on this show, because here's the thing: if she loses anytime soon, she going right back to dark. And I'm like, I don't like when they do that.
No. I think Jade is going to have it for a while to establish her, but I'm saying she's going to have it for a while regardless. But if they build somebody up or somebody gets over, like, organically, then they might be like, okay, it's time to switch it.
Yeah.
Like if it's like a Kofi thing or like a Britt Baker thing where people start liking Britt, then I can see them doing it like that. Like, okay, so somebody's actually over that the fans would like to be believable to beat her.
Yeah.
Like that. Yeah.
I'm just waiting for, like I said, just keep training. I wait for her to have that match. You know what I'm saying?
Well, she's still green. She ain't gonna have that match yet, unless it's like with like a professional. No.
Yeah, she's still green, but each match
let Mickey come up in there.
Yeah, look, each match I see her in, she has been getting better. I'm not saying she's getting leaps and bounds better, but I'm just saying, but watching Jade in the Shaq match compared to Jade now,
what was the first match? Come on now.
You see improvement. And yes. I mean, since the Shaq match, you see a lot of improvement. Your boy Jim Ross had a sit-down interview with Serena Deeb. And Deeb said that my intention from start was to show Sheeta respect, but now it's about hurting her and claiming my spot at the top of the division where I belong. The reason they call me the professor or professional wrestling, professional wrestling, is because I have a PhD in this shit. I demand a match.
And that's all right, my bad. Who was that? Who was that said something like that? And Jay, I was like, that's how you know she's serious.
Oh yes, that's right. I think was it Brandy Rose, something like that, or somebody, because it was something black.
It was somebody, and whenever they said it was a woman. Whenever they said it, like, that's how you know she's serious.
He's a bitch ass, something like that. He's like, oh, that's how you know she's. God, I know exactly what you're talking about. It's gonna come to me.
It might be Britt Baker. Somebody find Britt Baker, maybe.
Yeah. Oh God, it's gonna come to me like in the middle of the night. It's gonna bother the fuck out of me. And she wants to match with Sheeta next week, and he said you will not be walking out on your own. Malachi Black taking on Brian Pillman Jr., aka Flying Brian. Well, we knew this match was going to be. Malachi Black Brian Pillman was not going to win this matchup. He tries to go for the Air Pillman, crash and burn, and Black rocked him with with the roundhouse kick, and that was it. And then he left the ring, and then afterwards, Lucha Bros came out to help Pillman, but the arena went dark, and Black escaped untouched. We had a lot of arenas go dark. So, Dr. Britt Baker.
You never know who you're going to get. It might be Colin.
Oh, God. Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, interrupted Ruby. Ruby told Baker to leave her alone, prepare for a match this Saturday. Baker smacked Ruby Soho, but then Rio crashed the scene, jumping on Breaker. They have a match on Saturday. So what is Saturday?
Saturday is Rampage.
Is that Battle of the Belts?
Oh wait, yeah, no, yes.
So we got Rampage on Friday, then Battle of the Belts on Saturday.
Yes.
Okay, we got a lot of AEW this week.
Battle of the Belts is that show that I was talking about, the one that's like quote unquote pay-per-view.
Gotcha.
So that's the one that's gonna be worth the 20 points.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. AEW World Tag Team Championship matchup. The Lucha Bros taking on Jurassic Express, Jungle Boy, and Luchasaurus with Christian Cage out there. No Margot Stunt, thank God. This could be the night, I'm wondering, said Jim Ross. And
it could be the night when we see the end of Ray Phoenix.
They had a damn good matchup. They was going around. Phoenix was doing all the flip stuff, and then of course we get a hot tag by Luchasaurus. But then we can see he's taken to the outside. Penta has Jungle Boy in a double underhook with his feet draped across like the middle of the turnbuckle while he's on the apron. It gives him a pile driver right on the apron, hardest part of the ring. Rolls Jungle Boy in the ring, then hits the package pile driver, stopped by Phoenix. Honestly, in any other scenario, it should be over. But Jungle Boy kicks out.
I have two questions.
Yeah.
Are they trying to say that since Jungle Boy is quote unquote one of the pillars, that he's been fighting for the world championship, that he's stronger, like he has like a higher thing than what Penta's giving out?
Uh-huh.
Is that what they're trying to say?
I guess he's so motivated by winning the goal that he can't be stopped. I was like, I was
thinking of it like the video game. Like, say if you like, you know, if you're in the video game and you Roman Reigns and you fighting against like Bobby Roode do two of his finishers. It's not really going. You know, you're gonna be all right.
Yeah, he's gonna be fine. Yeah. So,
yeah.
But no, I don't know. I just don't like when you hit these big major moves and they kick out of them because you got nothing to follow up with that, and that's what it happened. So whoever came out with Lucha Bros
had it been broken up though.
Whoever came out with the Lucha Bros set up a table on the outside, but then Christian Cage ran them off, and then so Phoenix tries to do a corkscrew body over the top rope. Luchasaurus catches him, choke slams him through the table, but instead of picking him up and choke slamming him through the table, he goes and flies with him through the table. And I was like, and it comes reports that Phoenix broke his arm.
Mm-hmm.
But also, I put some of that on Luchasaurus. Like, why did you have to fly through the table with him? Like, who does a flying that kind of chokes him anymore? You could just choke him off the apron. Kane, but Kane, if he was in that position, he would just choke him off the apron. It would have broke his fall, but he wouldn't do that. But your big ass coming flying with him. I think that's what messed the whole shit up. So, then after that we get it's just Jungle Boy and Penta in there, and then what was it? They trade shots, but then Jungle Boy rolls through a pin attempt by Penta and wins the matchup. That's what I'm talking about. You have these heavy ass moves that could be a finish, and they don't finish them, but then they win by a roll up. I was like, let them hit the finishing move or something like that, but no. But the Jungle Express is the new AEW Tag Team Champions, and this celebration that they had with all the teams coming out and kind of celebrating with them looks stupid.
I don't think they were celebrating with them.
I mean, some were happy. Then you had like FTR. Why is FTR? Why any heels out here?
I think that was I think they were just. So what I took it as, because I didn't have the sound up. So when I seen this part, what I took it as is they all were coming to state their claim at the championships. So you had like Red Dragon was staring at them. You had like, they show Ortiz and Santana staring at him. Randomly cut to Chris Jericho.
Yep.
They cut to Chris Jericho. He didn't even know what was going on. He was just like looking at whatever, and then he was like, "Oh, I'm on TV. Hey, I'm clap." Yeah. Well, yeah, no. Like they just kept cutting to random people. Sammy Guevara, like, what is this? But yes, that happened. I took it as I just took it as the tag division just taking their like I don't know what staking their claim of who is next. Anybody can be next, pretty much.
Yeah, you're right.
Anybody can challenge. Yeah. Let's hope Red Dragon don't challenge because I have Jungle Boy. So let's not do that. Well, let's have Jungle Boy lose it to somebody.
He ain't gonna lose a championship no time soon.
You'll be surprised.
Good point about So guys, that was it. That was the main event. That was it for AEW this week. On TBS. So Prime, quick. Let me ask you: thumbs up, thumbs down. Who wins the week? Is it New Year's Evil or is it the TBS?
I'm giving it. Come on, TBS. Come on now.
It's TBS.
Bryan Danielson.
Exactly. I just had to ask first because it's definitely going to be AEW wins the war this week.
I ain't fully back on NXT yet. I'm not even watching the show, so like
I said, well, look. Hopefully you'll do that. Help me with the reviews and do the fantasy. So
let's hope somehow NXT 2.0 makes me as excited as when this guy here shook up our honey bunch. But
ooh, how did he know that I love you?
True. Let's hope.
Well, guys, as we try to get back on track, post any comments down below. How do you guys feel about it? We'll do a recap on the podcast. Like I said, we do the full reviews now and the recaps on the podcast. So, post your comments down below. Hit the like button if you guys enjoyed our review. Hit the subscribe button for more wrestling content right here on NC Studios. So, once again, this is NC and Place to Be. Jones from Home Staying D and not Deion Sanders for Prime Time.
All right, y'all.
All right, and the Nerd Coalition is out.